So the topic for today is talking about Trump's crashing economy. As you come into the building, make sure you hit up the chat. Let me know you here. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Listen, as you enter the building, hit up the chat and let me know you're in the building. What's up? What's up? I welcome everybody in. Today I'm talking about, Trump's crashing economy. And it's crazy because it's self-inflicted. We don't have to be where we at today, but because of his irresponsible tariffs, and then he came out with a chart that economists are saying they fake numbers to use to justify it. So he came out with a chart to say why it's reciprocal. We want it reciprocal. But they say his chart was misleading. So I'm not sure about that. But because of these irresponsible tariffs, did you check the stock market today? Did y'all, all the people that say they voted for Trump and he's the greatest and he's going to make the prices of eggs low, have you checked out the stock market today? Well, if you didn't, I'm here to tell you the stock market is in the bottom. It's going down, man. But he lied to y'all and said that on day one, Trump lied to y'all and said on day one that he was going to work on helping the economy. We're in day 70 something right now, and he's still not doing anything for the economy. Trump is not doing anything for American citizens. Trump may sign executive orders to help his billionaire buddies. So for all y'all that got duped, that voted for this man, my question to you, because a lot of y'all said we voted for Trump because of the price of eggs. How is that going for you now? They say because of his tariffs, man. Because of Trump's tariffs, if it continues, American families would pay $4,000 a year or more. $4,000 a year or more. Everything's high right now. We can lie, people can lie, but numbers don't lie. Groceries are up as we speak right now. Gas is up as we speak right now. The stock market is down as we speak right now. Most of your 401ks are down. Most of your retirements are down. And it's sad because it don't have to be. But Trump continues to be irresponsible. Trump and his incompetent administration, who goes with everything that he say, that's why America is in the situation that is in. And y'all continue to lie. Oh, he's helping me out. No, he's not. If you're a billionaire on here, yeah, he's helping you out. But if you're just a regular working person, no, Trump is not helping you out. He's not thinking about helping you out. You are not in his plans. So to y'all, man, that voted for him, all the ones who voted for Trump, the ones that's on here, how is it working out for you? And we don't need to hear no lies because numbers don't lie. The stock market is down. Your 401ks are down. Your retirement, those who got them, are down. So make America what again? So just ask yourself, man, did you do the right thing by voting for President Trump? And don't give me no lies, man, because numbers do not lie. The American economy is crashing down, and we are sad to go into a recession if things continue on this way. If Trump don't change what he's doing, we will be in a recession. I thank y'all for coming. Appreciate the continued support. What I'll be doing today, I will speak about my topic in its entirety. At the end, I will have a question and answering session. The second thing, have y'all seen the video of Marjorie Taylor Greene's husband going on a racial rant? Did y'all see that video? Well, I did. Marjorie Greene Taylor's ex-husband went on a racial rant of teenage Muslim girls, being disrespectful to them while he was praying, telling them to go back to their country, harassing them. These are teenage girls. But that's the society we live in, man. Under Trump, and it happened last time, racism be on the rise. See, without Trump, people try to do it they be covert with it. Now they just overt with it. And it's sad. And they want to disrespect my black queens because they hear him do it. I'm here to shout out and give respect to Kamala Harris. Much respect to my black queen. AOC, Latino. Jasmine Crockett. Much shout out. Much respect to her for standing up against this wicked government that we under right now. Shout out to my black queens and all the other black sisters and minorities, even white women who ain't on that racist BS. Shout out to them too. But when Trump is in office, it seems like hatred and racism goes to an all-time high. Why? Because that's what he represents. President Trump represents racism, white supremacy. That's why he's cool with David Dukes. If you don't know who David Dukes is the leader of the Klan. And Trump was asked, hey, you want to denounce David Dukes? You know, Trump could not do that. Trump can't denounce David Dukes because he had been denouncing himself. Because Trump is a racist. That's why he support the Klan. That's why he support white supremacists. That's why he got them people to storm the Capitol. The white supremacists stormed the Capitol, attacked police, and President Trump pardoned every last one of them. And every time he speak about white supremacist group, he say, well, there were good people on both sides. That's Trump. That's the president we live under. That's the leadership we live under. You got to be concerned not just about racism out here because it's out here, but you got to worry about racism in the White House. Overtly, though, not covertly. But as I was saying, man, as far as this economy, and he want to be a bully to other nations, everybody is not going for that, President Trump. That's why you got counter tariffs. So China put a 34% counter tariff on America. This is what they call a tariff war. So they countered, and now we got to wait and see if Trump gonna counter back. So that's gonna make it harder on Americans. As it stands right now, they say American families will spend $4,000 more a year. I'm going to say that again for those who didn't catch it. Because of President Trump's irresponsible tariffs, they say American families will spend $4,000 more per year at the minimum. So me looking at the whole picture, it's like President Trump did not consider or even care about American citizens who are already struggling. We have a president that don't have no compassion on the regular working people. No consideration, no concern for American citizens. If American citizens are already living paycheck to paycheck, these tariffs will break some families' back. And they still firing. It's a company that just laid off 900 people because of the recent tariffs. And this is just the beginning. Let me see, what company was that? Stellantis. The auto manufacturer Stellantis had to lay off 900 workers due to the recent tariffs. So my question to those who continue to support Trump blindly and say it's going to be for the good of Americans, explain to me where, how. People are already struggling. They're already living paycheck to paycheck. How would these tariffs benefit Americans any kind of way? See, the problem is Trump has such a big ego, his pride thing. He thinks he's a bully. He want to run the world. Trump and Elon Musk remind me of the old cartoon, Pinky and the Brain. That's what we're dealing with. Two individuals that want to run the world. Not just America, they want to run the entire world. I don't know which one is Pinky. I don't know which one is the brain. But every day they wanted to take over the world. And each day they failed at accomplishing that. And it was just about them. It wasn't about nobody else. By all means, they wanted to take over the world. And that's what we're under right now. And it's sad. But I thank God for me having my eyes open and being able to see all he's doing. But there's a lot of people that's, especially the rich, that's supporting this. Because guess what? A lot of them is not going to feel the pain. Add up the next time you go grocery shopping. Add it up and see, did you spend less or did you spend more? Be real with yourself. You ain't got to prove it to nobody. Just do it secretly for yourself. The next time you go grocery shopping for you and your family, add it up and see if you spent less. Because the promise from President Trump was, on day one, I'm going to fix the economy. Because as we remember, some of y'all said, you know, when they did the polling, that y'all voted for Trump because the price of eggs weren't too high. That was one of the biggest lies that was ever told. We're voting for Trump because of the price of eggs. But yet, we excusing that he's a racist. He's an insurrectionist because he led the people to the Capitol when they stormed the Capitol. He's a failed businessman with over 6 bankruptcies. But yet some of y'all had a problem with the black woman. There's no way y'all won it because y'all was tired. Some of y'all was tired of Obama and all the good he did, in the sense that he wasn't attacking people like Trump are attacking people, whether it's Latinos, whether it's judges, whether it's professors, college professors. Anybody that doesn't agree with Trump, he will attack. And it shouldn't be like that. Americans should not have to live in fear. That usually happens in other countries. But under Trump, that's how it is, because what he'll do, he'll capture you and take you to one of these ICE facilities, and you'll be forgotten about until they get rid of you, ship you out, or do whatever they plan to do with you. But this economy, man, by the man who said he was going to make America great, was the biggest lie. His plan was, and he did it, his plan was to whitewash America and make it white. That's what it really means, to make America great again, because he said he's going to have the greatest minds. And if we look at Trump's administration and just be honest with ourselves, he got an all-white administration. So you saying they're the only smart people? It's smart people in every race and nationality. They're geniuses all over the place. But in your mind, in Trump's mind, he feel like the only smart people is all white people. Everybody else is DEI or didn't deserve the position. Let me give y'all a rude awakening. The way things been going in the White House, some of them in the White House, some of Trump's administration did not deserve it. And if you use the term DEI, they would fit under that category. Because the worst thing you can do as an administration, one of the most incompetent things you can do is leak classified information. And that's exactly what they did. Why? Because they're so arrogant. They think we're the smartest, we're the best. You know, that's racist in itself. His administration should be representative of the country. It should be more diverse. And I know y'all try to demonize the word diverse. There's nothing wrong with being diverse. There's nothing wrong with the word inclusion. But Trump wanted to make it that way because he knows some of his followers will support that blindly and just go with it. DEI is not a bad word. But in his administration right now, there are incompetent people. That's why they was able to accidentally leak information to a reporter. Why? They was using an app. They was using an app that you or I can download. So they downloaded Facebook, and they just hypothetically, they downloaded, it was called Signal, but I just want y'all to get the picture. His administration downloaded an app and was talking about classified information and had they invited a reporter on that chat. And he heard everything they was talking about. And the sad thing about it, it was in real time. It was right before a strike when they went over there and attacked Yemen. That's incompetent. But guess what? Nobody's been held accountable. Nothing happened. Trump response is they learned their lesson. And guess what? We still haven't recovered the 4 soldiers over there in Lithuania. We still haven't recovered them. So again, they can't call nobody incompetent. Talk about people's intelligence like they try to do with Kamala Harris. And his resume can't compare to hers at all. Get them soldiers from over there and bring them back, man. Go over there, send a team, find them soldiers, and bring them back. Since you got the best of the best, you say. So, man, I just wanted to come, man, and talk to the people, see how people doing. Because guess what? We're within days of drastic changes in our worlds. Drastic changes. Everything is going to go up. Everything. It's not just cars. It's not just auto parts. Everything's going to go up. And only thing Trump is saying, it may hurt for a little bit. Man, these tariffs are going to take some families out. People are going to be so far in debt and may not be able to pay for it. But that's the administration we under. I can proudly say I didn't vote for that at all. I did not vote for that. I do not support that. My eyes are wide open. I see the damages that it is doing. When he rounded up all of those immigrants and shipped them out, it was American citizens in there. And they're in court trying to sue now, but Trump can't even humble himself and go get them back. Even if it's one, send a plane over there and get that one individual that y'all found that was an American citizen. But we under an arrogant government. They running it like it's authoritarian. He want to be a dictator. But it ain't over. The good news is it ain't over. But it's going to take for us and you to make wise decisions. Even yesterday I was speaking about right now is no time for frivolous spending. Watch your wallet, watch your purse, be careful what you spend, count every dollar, count every quarter, count every dime, nickel and penny. Now the time is to be responsible because ain't no help coming from this government. Things is looking real bad. And hopefully Y'all or me or nobody don't lose their job, because they still cutting jobs as we speak. They still cutting jobs as I'm speaking now. This administration is thinking about cutting, cutting, cutting. Because that's how they do. Trump, President Trump has not done anything. And I will continue to say it until proven wrong. President Trump has not done anything for the American citizens. And don't say, well, he closed the border. I repeat, Trump has not done anything for the American people to benefit you and your cost of living and bringing the prices of eggs down. President Trump has not done anything to even address that. But he did do a lot of cutting. Not only are they cutting and firing people from their jobs, they're cutting benefits, man. And you always talk about, well, the disabled. Okay, when he cut Medicaid and Medicare, that's going to affect them. Cutting Social Security going to affect the elder. And those who work all their lives and now they deserve that. By cutting that, you will affect those people. It's nothing that President Trump has done to benefit the American people. He had lied to you. Have y'all checked his approval rating? And we can't blame nobody. Well, they don't like Trump. No, these are Republicans too. Remember, he won 50%, over 50% of the vote. But his approval rating is probably like at 38 right now. Because people see, and that's on both sides of the aisles. It don't matter if you Democrat, Republican, Independent. People have their eyes open to all that President Trump is doing. And people are tired of these empty promises. I'm just going to do this for a minute. Continue to be patient with Trump. Trump don't have no intentions of helping American citizens. He already signed executive orders to help the people that he wants to help. And that includes Trump himself, Trump's family, and Trump's billionaire buddies. That's what it's all about. Everybody else can get chopped. Everybody else can get chopped because he don't care nothing about nothing. And back to y'all who say y'all voted for Trump. If you voted for Trump, my question is, how is it going? Because the evidence, look at the evidence. Don't lie and say, well, I got a special bonus. Okay, but the stock market is down. That's what y'all usually use to measure how things are going. 401ks are down. People's retirement are down. So it's no good coming from the Trump administration besides a crashing economy. And people, for some reason, want to continue to hold on to President Trump. Yes, President Trump, the same one who supports, and I will continue to say it, and it can't be disputed. He support the Klan. He support David Dukes. He support white supremacy, and they support him in return. But some of y'all continue to support him. My question to you is, why do you really support this man? What makes you support him? After you see he want to just take rights, he don't want to give women's rights. He didn't want them to be able to vote. They voted him out the other day. As far as in Congress, if a new woman has a baby, they try to vote against it. Trump and his buddies. It's called a proxy vote. And what Trump did is he stated that if you home, whether you home with your baby, it don't matter. You should not be able to vote on pressing issues. But they stood against it. Non-Republicans sided with the Democrats, and they shot that down. Because if you're a new mother, you should be able to be home with your child. You should be able to be home with your child. But this Trump administration don't feel like that. And guess what? They're trying to continue to fight against it. This administration, they're not about your rights. They don't want you to have no rights. That's why if you speak out against them, like he has done. He arrested professors because they speak out against him. He want to close down news stations who bring the truth. During his campaign, he don't like to be fact checked. You can't fact check him. Oh, if I do an interview, you can't fact check me. That's why they run the Fox News, also known as fake news. Why do I say that? Because those who don't know, Fox News lost a $700 million lawsuit for putting out propaganda. Check that record out. Fact check that. So that's what they try to do. This administration will run onto Fox News or either conservative radio because that's who supports them. But they don't want to be fact checked. Oh no, don't fact check me. Sir, Mr. President. You just can't spit out lies to us. Some of you, you probably can. But you can't just spit out lies and we're going to go for it. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And I want to tell y'all, the format, I'm going to speak about my topic in its entirety. At the end, we'll go into the question and answering session. So y'all be patient for those who got something to say. In the meantime, you can continue to hit up the chat, but I'll let you know when I open it for question and answering. But this president is terrible. Terrible. Besides just him being racist and supporting white supremacist groups, the Klan, David Dukes, he's just not he's not good for the country. Because he thinks he's a dictator. And that's why his whole administration think they bullies. They want to instill fear to disagree with him. People in the Republican Party, some of them said they'll tell you they disagree, but they can't say it openly because of the backlash that they receive from their constituents as well as President Trump. They running this government like the organized crime. The mob ain't got nothing on these cats. Nothing. These are some dirty players, and it's obvious. Those who continue to support them and act like, I didn't know they was racist. I just gave you the evidence. On his last term, he was asked to denounce David Dukes. For those who don't know who David Dukes is, this is the man that runs the Klan. He's over the KKK. And Trump would not do that. David Dukes openly supports Trump. These white supremacist groups and organizations, they support Trump. And guess what? Trump support them as well. That's why he pardoned 1,600 of them them rioters who ran up in the Capitol. Trump pardoned 1,600 of them. Every last one of them. Even the ones who assaulted police. But this who y'all want to run the country. Why? Because you think he's going to put money in your pocket? Trump is taking money from this country. Him and Elon Musk. He ain't about putting money in regular people's pockets. And I heard people in the past say, well, I saw more money. If it was true, if it is true, it's not worth me selling out for a couple dollars. I know this man don't mean me well. He don't mean my family well. He don't mean my people well as an African American. He don't mean Latinos well. Anybody who falls under the LGBTQ community, he don't mean them well. This man don't do nothing but fuel hate and put hate in his members. Because anything he say, they go with it. As he was talking about Kamala Harris, a lot of them was repeating it. As he speak about different people, they repeat it. And my call to action is, think for yourself, man. Think for yourself. Trump ain't right about everything. I saw the Elon Musk hat that stated Trump was right about everything. You can't say that about no human being. If it ain't the Most High, how can you declare that? What do you mean he was right about everything? He's right about creation? What was he right about everything? What do you mean? It's something that sounds good. It's something that sounds good. And there's a video out. I just mentioned it earlier, but it was about Marjorie Taylor Greene's ex-husband was harassing these Muslim girls, little girls, teenage girls, and going on a racial rant to them, telling them to go back to their country. Even after they explained to him, which they didn't have to do, sir, we was born here in this country. We're American. But he continued to say, well, why do you have the garment on? Why are you Muslim? And saying other racial things. But that's the mentality. That's the mentality to continue to spew hate. I don't hate no Muslims. I don't hate no Christians. But this administration will have you hating people. Because that's what they do. They hate. And that's why they got an all-white administration. To kind of suggest that these are the best of the best. And that's why God exposing them. That's why they was able to go on the Signal app and laugh and talk about military attacks. But they was exposed because the reporter exposed them. And guess what Trump did about it? Absolutely nothing. President Trump did absolutely nothing because they all in cahoots. He's not looking for fraud in them, but that's where the fraud is at. He's going to look everywhere else for fraud and manipulate numbers and say, we found this. The real fraud and waste, man, is right in the White House. That's where we need to be looking. Trump, as well as Elon Musk. Because Elon Musk is getting paid pretty well. $8 million a day in contracts. And then he got another one, so that's going to go up. $8 million a day. So you want to talk about fraud and waste? If you really want to save this country money and help this country out, cut some of your own contracts. Some of them government contracts that taxpayers have to pay for. That's where the fraud and waste is at. The billion-dollar contracts that Elon Musk has. That's where the fraud and waste is at. We looking in the wrong place. We firing people, some of them don't even make $100,000 a year. But Elon Musk is getting $8 million a day. And you talking about fraud and waste? I just found out where it was at. The fraud and waste is with Elon Musk and President Trump. That's why Elon Musk paid, contributed to Trump's campaign like $250 million. And now he here to collect. Elon Musk got to get his back. He ain't just giving you money to be giving you. So that's why Trump gave Elon Musk the keys to the country and said, do what you will. You can get all American Social Security numbers if you want. I'm going to open everything up to you for that $200 million investment that Elon Musk made. $250 million investment. As soon as he gave Elon Musk the keys, he started firing federal workers. He started firing veterans. And as we know, or at least as I know, veterans should not have to worry about getting fired, especially by a billionaire. That should never happen. Elon Musk should have never had the keys to the country in the first place. I'm going to repeat that. Elon Musk should have never had the keys to the country in the first place. And now you done fired all these veterans, federal workers, and everybody's saying Elon Musk got people thinking that he did the right thing. And they're repeating his words. Where was fraud in there? No, it wasn't fraud. Everybody want to find fraud, but you find a fraud, you identify it, tell the truth about it. Don't create a fake website that you can't even fact check no more. Because when they were able to fact check Elon Musk's Doge website with the real numbers that he said was 8 billion, I saved y'all 8 billion. Well, they saying he found 8 million, which is still bad. Because we don't want no waste and fraud. But don't inflate the numbers as he do now, because now you go on his website, you can't follow the contracts because the numbers, the docket numbers are not associated with him any longer. Why the change? Why don't you want to be fact checked? That's the same thing President Trump does. When he goes speaking somewhere, he does not want to be fact checked. Why? Because now he's able to come and lie. So he's going to go to Fox News, fake news. He's going to go there, spit all his lies, not be fact checked, and then the public is just going to run with what he's saying. Trump came out with a big chart, and he was talking about the tariffs, and he got a lot of numbers. Well, the people who fact check it said the numbers don't make sense. They said the numbers are not numbering. It don't justify the tariff, so they don't know if they got a kid from kindergarten to write it up for him. They don't know where it came from, but it does not make sense at all. It does not make sense. But that's who we have as a president, and that's who a lot of y'all continue to support. I can't support that. Even him being a racist, I can't support that because he is, and the evidence is there. Him shipping out people without due process because of his hate and his racism, and to say he helping Americans. These irresponsible tariffs, that President Trump has placed on America, he putting it on other countries, but what it does is it's going to cause them to raise the price. It's going to cause businesses to raise the price. And who pays for it is going to be us, the American citizens, man. All Trump told y'all, he said was, stop complaining about the price of eggs. He told y'all that because he's not trying to hear it. And he also said that it's only going to hurt for a little bit. Okay. But what about the families, man, that's already struggling from paycheck to paycheck, can barely live now? And if we add another $4,000 minimum to their expenses, some of them are going to be taken out of the game. So no, there's a lot of reasons I don't support President Trump. A whole heap of reasons. The main one, he don't care about American citizens. All President Trump cares about is President Trump, President Trump's family, and his billionaire buddies. Why haven't out of all of the executive orders that he signed, which were over 100, why did President Trump not make one executive order to help American citizens? Tell me that. The answer is real simple. President Trump does not care about American citizens. He only cares about himself, his family, and his billionaire buddies. He ain't thinking about helping the economy. He ain't thinking about making orders to do something to lower prices. He doing the exact opposite. He doing things that will affect the economy. President Trump is doing things right now that has affected the economy, but in the wrong way. It's going backwards. Just like he's trying to take us historically back, take away rights, civil rights, don't want African American studies practiced in school or taught in school. There's no way in the world I support this trash of a president that we have. At this time, I will open At this time, we'll open the Q&A session. At this time, I will open the Q&A session. Dr. Darnell Bolton says, citizens are getting what they want. The people are asking for this. I don't think they knew, sir. I don't think they knew. So they're not getting what they asked for because he did a lot of lying, if you be honest with it. Trump said he didn't know about Project 2025. That's what President Trump said. He said, I didn't have anything. I don't know nothing about Project 2025. And of course, he didn't tell him Elon Musk was going to be the co-president. People voted for President Trump and J.D. Vance. Anybody on here that served in the military, man, thank you. We appreciate you. Even though this president haven't been showing respect, they firing veterans. But I just want to say thank y'all. Anybody who served in the military, you are appreciated. Listen, it's bigger than that, man. Don't fall for the hate and the racism. It's that police camp said if illegals come in, it's easy to make that blanket statement. But if they were born here, they are American citizens, man. Don't let that hate get in you. Please don't. They still deserve to be treated as humans, and they deserve due process. I want y'all to tell me how the economy is going good for y'all, man. Those who support Trump. Those who support Trump, tell me as of today how this economy is helping you out. Say illegals go bye-bye. See, that's because of the hate that this administration allowed y'all to have, man. And that's part of the racism and all that. But y'all try to disguise it and say, illegals can go. Y'all tell black people, if you don't like it, leave the country. It ain't nothing to do with illegals, man. It's that hate from President Trump because he support white supremacists. He support KKK. He support racism. And then some of y'all just follow that, man. Sad to say. Marcus G said, cool, I served in the military. We appreciate your service, man. Hey, let me go ahead. Hey, John Spino, you're gonna get blocked, man. I'm blocking these clowns. Boom. I ain't playing no games with y'all, man. You be respectful. You're gonna be respectful. I don't care what Trump teaching y'all, but you ain't gonna come on here and act a fool. You learn anything you want from him. You can have some of his hateful and racist ways, but you're not going to be disrespectful on here, though. I appreciate y'all. McKee Sharma said he buying the dip. Yeah, because it's a dip. It's a big dip. Prices is going down, down. You better buy. Sage Meyer, your money ain't better. Where you got your money at in the stock? If you got it in the stock market, stop lying for Trump. If you got it in your 401k, stop lying for Trump. Hey, police said the reason why no blacks are in the his office because there's no blacks that high. Listen, man, he hired somebody from a news report. Stop with your lies, man. Police cam reactions. Stop with your lies, man. That you thought you was good, but nah, man. There's no black qualified. Look at his entire cabinet. There are a bunch of DEI hires in his cabinet. But some of it is hate and racism because we live in a racist country. And we got a president who openly supports the Klan and white supremacy. Y'all continue to support him. That will question me just alone. Marcus D, appreciate you, man. I got you what you saying. I will block any disrespect. I don't mind you disagree, but bring some facts, man. Y'all do just like Trump, just lies, because that's what he's known for. That's why he don't want to be fact checked. Rose, appreciate you. Somebody said double down on Tesla stock. No, thank you. EC said, look, if you are in the stock long term, you are hurting now. But if you buy the dip, but yeah, but some people not even gonna make it through. People got to live today, though. EC, that was good. You said buy and hold, but people got to live today. And this president is not making it easy for Americans. This is a self-inflicted wound. Remember, we don't even have to be where we are at right now, but because we got an incompetent president, that's what's going down. That's all we all do in life is go off perspective. Anything you say, because you voted for this clown. A lot of y'all voted for this clown, and that's what I call him. Man, y'all continue to make excuses for Trump. If Barack Obama had an all-black cabinet, y'all would take issue with that. So I'm not afraid to say it. He got an all-white cabinet, which he should not have, because white people don't make the best of the best. It got to be more diverse. It's great minds all over. Don't try to suggest that all white people that's smart. That's why they was on that chain leaking classified information, because they're not the smartest. Sedata Sif, were you on here the whole time? I said the stock market is down. You want to debate that the stock market is down, or you just clueless? That's a fact. The stock market is down. 401ks are down. Do you want to debate that? Retirements are down, man. Don't come here if you don't know what you're talking about. EC said right now you should buy dividend stocks. Well, put us on game, man. I know they pay dividends quarterly, and different ones. What would you suggest? I know you can't openly suggest. Sharma, that was something good. You said they can't afford to crash. The stock market ain't gonna do nothing for them. I'm talking about people that got a job. Now imagine people that's on Social Security who work and they older now. You think they can afford that extra money a year? You think our elderly, grandparents, parents can afford that? So we also got to consider them, man. We need a president or somebody who think about the American people, man. Right. EC made a good point, Mark. He can't make it good now unless he gives stimulus checks, which is a no-no. Right. But he shouldn't even been lying to people saying he was going to get $5,000 checks. EC. You know him and Elon Musk was playing with that idea. And he only did that because his approval rating was down so low, he wanted to get it back up. And right now, Trump's approval rating is like 38. I know you want to give them all your food stamps and a bunch of free stuff. Okay. Listen, let me know what you're trying to say, Sharma. You said diversity these last 4 years has been great, hasn't it? Are you saying it should be all white? Are you suggesting that white people are the greatest minds? Or are you even suggesting that on here? Stand on what you're saying, man. EC said, I took issue with Barack having Hillary predator calling, burning laptop info's Secretary of State. Okay. Brett, that's a good point. You got to leave racism out of it when it doesn't exist. But if it exists, you got to call it out. You got to expose it. And right now we have a president who openly supports racist organizations. So you can't hide with the elephant in the room and act like it don't exist. But I understand what you're saying. You said you was told to leave race out of it. That you can't. That's what Trump did with his administration. He left race out of it and made all white people. And that's why they don't even know how to talk without leaking classified information. John, I know you say wait. Y'all been saying wait on his last term. Wait, give him a chance. The economist has told him, man, chill out, man. It's going to get real ugly. So China just responded with a retaliatory tariff of 34%. Trump said every time they retaliate, he's going to retaliate. So now Trump may respond to that, and that's going to make prices go up more. So I understand what you're saying, John, but a tariff war is not what we want. It is not what Americans need. If Trump was really looking if Trump was looking long term, he could have came up with an alternative than this. This was done haphazardly, and he came out with that fancy board. And you know the experts say the numbers ain't even true. Trump came out with a fancy board for the tariffs for each country. They said these are fake numbers. They don't even make sense. So Brett said stock market is down right now, but it's only temporary. That makes sense, sir. Noticart, it said Noticart of personality said he never promised. One thing Trump promised while running, he said on day one, if you remember, on day one that he was going to, do something about the economy and going to bring the price of eggs down. A big lie. Yeah, they're not sending no checks. If they do, it would surprise me. Sage, man, all you want to do is talk negative. Do I need to block you? The Democrats don't run the country right now. What are you talking about the Democrats rating? It doesn't matter. It matters about who's running it. And as he's running it, his numbers are down. Forget it about the Democrats. I'm an American citizen. I don't represent none of that. Brett, I understand, but I still disagree with that. We have a president that's thinking about us. Paul, you say you got a president that's thinking about us. I totally disagree with that. Oh, EC gonna help us out. We appreciate that. Hey, Ken, had you been on here the whole time? If you would have been on here, you would have got a lot of information. But I'm not going back. Go watch the replay is what you can do, Ken Penn. If y'all come on this live, the burden is on y'all to prove that what I'm saying is not true. You got to twist it. You come on this live, you prove, and don't bring that fake news, Fox News, and conservative radio, where y'all get y'all information from. Brett K. Any award Trump got from a black community, believe you me, he paid for it. Because he tried to buy it. Why America is marching against him? America is not even giving this man no award. Why is he bullying professors? Why he trying to bully judges? Don't you tell me nothing about Trump. He tried to buy his way. Listen, man, I appreciate y'all coming, even the hardcore Trump supporters, the MAGAs, the Trumpettes, the clowns. I appreciate smart market. We go up and down. That's the history. But not crash like this, Ken. Yeah, the stock market going to continue to go up and down, but not crash the way he did it. And this was unprovoked. So that tell you what kind of leader he is. But I appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all for tuning in once again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Y'all have a good day. Until next time. Peace.